Hey team, how are you? Happy Saturday. So I wanted to come on here today with just some things that have been on my heart and my mind, propelling us into August, coming out of that amazing July. And I wanted to make sure, I'm gonna center myself here, I want to make sure we're kind of all on the same page. July was amazing, right? We had so many awesome things happening, so many promotions. I think we had 8 or 9 just from this team. How awesome is that? But that brings in July. Guess what? We don't rest on our laurels here at Faith Family Plexus. No, we keep striving and pursuing and moving forward because, again, what drives this business are amazing products and keeping people on them and loving them, and that's part of that is consistency. So you always hear the term, the fortune is in the follow-up, right? Well, what the heck is follow-up? Or we understand what it means, but not exactly sure how to do it. And we want to make sure that we are following up with people because, y'all, the fortune is in the follow-up. And not just the financial fortune, but just the fortune of feeling amazing and the fortune of financial freedom and all these other possibilities that are available to us by following up with our people. Hey babe, I'm live just so you know what's going on. I'm not talking to myself. Anyway, so I want to talk a little bit about follow-up and why it's so important. The first reason why follow-up is so important is that it helps that relationship that we are building, right? It helps ensure that that relationship is continuing, that we are building on our relationship on more than just products and Plexus, but we're also getting to know our customers and our ambassadors because some of them we might not know very, very well, right? So follow-up is really, really key because it builds upon that relationship, and we are in the relationship business. We are not about selling people a bunch of stuff and then letting them fly and hoping that everything sticks and they love it. That's not the way it works, right? We need people walking us through it. Some of us need more follow-up than others, but that relationship is being built. And one key thing when you're following up with people is to not just talk about Plexus. Sometimes following up with people just says, hey, I saw your post and you weren't having a great day. I hope you're doing well. I'm praying for you. Or follow-up could be, oh my gosh, I saw that adorable picture of you at the zoo. I can't wait to take my kids. What was your favorite thing? Follow-up sometimes is just building that relationship. It is key to do that with our people, whether they be an ambassador or a new customer or an older customer. Always checking in, saying, hey, how are you doing? Yes, you want to talk about the products as well because consistency is key. So making sure that they are on the products is so important. So definitely you're going to be wanting to check in and say something like, hey, how are you? I'm so excited. I saw that, we have a calendar, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I just saw that you got your products. I checked the tracking. You got your products on Thursday. I am so excited to get you started. I'll probably be checking in with you a little bit more often the first couple weeks to make sure that you are doing well and that you're getting all your water, and especially if you have any questions. Because a lot of times when people get a new product, they'll be like, I don't really know, or they won't start it. They won't start it right away. They'll be like, oh, and I don't understand that. Like, if I'm spending, $100 on something, I'm starting it right away, and it better be awesome. But some people just like, and they'll start till like, a few days away. But you were like, no, let's jump in it. We don't need to wait till Monday. Let's start on Friday. I'm so excited. Make sure this is how you take it. Make sure you're drinking tons of water. Make sure you're doing everything that you need to do to do well on that. Hold on, babe. So that is really, 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 really key, is to make sure that they are starting off strong with all of the instructions, with how, the importance of drinking water, that they are just doing everything that is that they need to be doing, and also set some expectations. Just say, hey, you may want to steer clear of your scale for the first few weeks because things can fluctuate, or you may want to make sure that the timing of when you take your products, or things may not be immediate, but these are some of the things you can expect. You can expect an increase of energy. Start, maybe take your measurements and look at and do things that way. Maybe you can tell them how to about die-off. Sometimes that's really important because sometimes all of a sudden when people start getting a headache or they maybe have some joint discomfort, then they're like, oh, this stuff sucks. And you're like, no, it means it's working. But if they have that expectation already set, you've done that job, then they're like, oh, okay, it's filtering out a lot of the bad junk in my body. this is a really good thing, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you've set those expectations and tell them what they can, foresee coming in the coming days. If they do experience die-off, that's when follow-up is super key, because you want to make sure that they know that this is actually a good thing and it's not going to be forever. It's not going to last. So follow-up is so key, especially when people start taking the products. Now, last month we had an exceptional amount of people come back, which was awesome. I'm so excited about that. And we don't want them just ordering one and done, do we? We want them sticking with the products, because we know our products work. We know that these products are going to make them feel better. They're going to help them with any issue that they are having health-wise. They're going to help get their body back in balance. They may help with weight loss. All these things are going to happen, but it's going to take time. We know that a lot of times there is no miracle cure here, but we know our products work. We have the science to prove it. We have the ingredients to prove it, and the science to back the ingredients to prove it, right? So we definitely want to make sure that those people aren't one-and-doners, that we are on the horn with them saying, I'm so glad you are back. I cannot wait to see how you do on the Slim and the vitamins that you bought or whatever. I can't wait to see how you do, and I am here to help you, keep you on track. So next month when you order, you're going to be well on your way. Because, by the way, who wants to go through die-off twice? Nobody wants to do that, right? So you need to make sure that they understand that the importance of consistency. And you're going to give them the expectation that, yeah, I know you're going to keep ordering because you're going to love these products as much as I do, if not more. So always approach your new people, either returning or new people, with that expectation that, yeah, you're going to stick with these products because they're amazing, right? So you want to make sure that you are not hesitant, that you're not like, maybe I just want to check in with you and see if you like everything. Don't do that. We are confident in our products. We know they work. So we are going to approach it with confidence, right? We're going to approach these products and how to take them with confidence. Sometimes people aren't taking them right, or sometimes the timing's wrong, or they're not drinking enough water. And we need to be confident enough in saying these products work. So you need to make sure you're taking them at the right time, appropriately, and you're getting your water in and doing your part. You're not still eating like a crazy person, and you're not still, sitting on the couch all day long. These things are super, super important. Plexus is a tool, so we need to make sure that in our follow-up, we are making sure that they understand that, right? This is so key, especially when somebody's either returning because they might be going through die-off again, or especially when somebody is, brand spanking new. It is so important that we are following up with them. Now, those first 2 to 3 weeks are imperative, and after that, you need to set up a calendar, whether it's on your phone. I tend to be old school and I like to set up calendars like this. Isn't that dumb? But whatever. I like to see things in writing. Maybe it's because I'm over 40 now and I don't know why, but I really like to see things written out. So I have a calendar. Okay, so Peggy ordered. Why did I pick the name Peggy? Whatever. Peggy ordered on the 12th. I'm tracking it. She got it on the 17th. So I need to make sure that I am in touch with her as soon as she gets it and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited you got your products. I can't wait to walk you through that and jump into and do whatever. Then you're going to, after that initial contact, you're going to write that down and say, okay, I made that initial contact and I'm going to check in with them, especially if they're first starting like triplex or something, probably every 2 to 3 days for the first couple of weeks. And then you taper off, obviously, after that, especially as they're introducing products. You're going to put it on your calendar, check in with Peggy, and then a few days later, check in with Peggy, and then don't just put check in. What kind of questions do I need to ask Peggy? How she's feeling, and beyond that, how is her sleep? What do you notice about your energy? Any differences in that? Anything different in your craving? Do you want more water? If you're asking those specific questions instead of, hey, how's it going? They're going to have something to answer, because then they'll just say fine. And I only know this by my own personal experience. I go, hey, how's it going? They say fine, and in reality they are having issues. They're not drinking enough water. They're actually feeling kind of gross and bloated, and they're constipated, but I'm not asking them those questions. Yeah, we got to ask those questions in our follow-up, you guys. We cannot just leave it open-ended because we're nervous and we're not quite sure what to say. We can't do that. We have to be super specific in those follow-up questions. And again, how is your sleep? How's your energy? What have you noticed about your craving? What differences at all have you noticed in your clothes? Are you feeling constipated? Do you feel like how's the bathroom stuff going on? Because I mean, that's important. Usually people open up about it once you start talking about it, and this is the business we're in, gut health. So some of that stuff's kind of, we got to talk about, but you got to give them specific questions to answer. Otherwise they'll just say, I'm okay, I think it's going okay. These are all, and the only reason I can say this because these are actual responses that I have gotten, and I've learned otherwise how to do this and do this correctly so I can get those responses, so I can really find out how things are going on. So especially once they get started, like I said, every 3-4 days, checking in with them, asking those specific open-ended questions that require a response from them. Okay, because if you say, how's your sleep? Or have you noticed a change in your sleep? What change have you noticed? They got to respond with something other than fine, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you have that done. Then you're going to probably taper it off to every week or so. But it is so important, you guys, after the month we had, to not rest on our laurels. The fortune is in the follow-up. Again, the fortune not only in our paychecks, because yes, we love them ordering, and yes, we love that they are loving the products and are staying on them, and we love when they upgrade to an ambassador and love it as much as we do. We love all that stuff. There's fortune in that, but there is fortune also in those relationships that we are growing. There is fortune in the way they are feeling. There is so much fortune in our products, you guys. So I want to make sure that we understand what follow-up truly is. To give somebody a product as amazing as ours and let it fly and then check in those couple of days right before and hope they order is doing them a disservice, and it's doing yourself a disservice, because you're not being the kind of ambassador that they deserve. They trust you. They invested a lot of money to take these products, and if we are not taking care of them the way we are supposed to, we're doing them a disservice and ourselves as well. So I just wanted to get on here, you guys, and really explain what follow-up actually means. I definitely say you look at your customer list of your current customers, and you look and see when they ordered, and then you find out a good time to get in touch with them and asking them those specific questions. If they are a returning customer, they are a returning ambassador, they are your best customer, because we want them sticking with it. They joined and paid $34.95, so it is up to us to make sure that they are having the best success and the best experience possible. That is so important, you guys. We cannot just hope they order next month. We cannot just hope they stay on our products. We have to actually help them along the way. So that is all I want to say, you guys, today. Follow-up has just been on my heart lately, and it's been coming up in a lot of conversations. So I thought, hey, I'm going to go on here live and just explain a little bit about how I feel about follow-up and why it's so important, especially now coming off of a month that we just did, and a really amazing month too. So leaders, if you are listening to this, I just ask that you share on your pages so that they can, your people that may not be on my page as often will get a good idea of what follow-up is, and if you can help them along the way, lead them in the area of follow-up, that is going to be so crucial and also so beneficial to the future progress of your teams and the future progress of our team as a whole. Share that wealth, share the joy, share the information, because we are one Plexus, right? You guys have a fantastic Saturday. I will see you soon. Peace out.